Voice Broadcasting. Fresh new shows are hitting the airwaves every day. Shows about all the things that matter to you in your life. Music, fashion, celebs, and more. It's all here, and it's getting better every day. Only at Global Voice Broadcasting.
I highly recommend Ms. Hicks. Her books, her CDs are encouraging.
I bought her book, A Hill to Climb. She's a very inspirational speaker.
And I look forward to one day being able to work with her.
Your power lies within you. Let it loose.
Aspiration, inspiration, motivation, edification, determination. These are the keys of life success, brought to you by none other than award-winning author, motivational lecturer, business consultant, and much more as she gets you aimed to your purpose. And now, ladies and gentlemen, young and elder, from Hollywood to the entire world, here is your host of Aim to Purpose, the radio show, Louise Hicks, along with her co-host, yours truly, Kennon Wesley Mason.
Hello, world. How's everybody today? And welcome to Aim to Purpose, the radio show. I'm Louise Hicks, of course, your host.
And I am your co-host, Kennon Wesley Mason. I want to thank and welcome all of you from all over the world. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening to all of you. And we have a really good show today with our special guest, Anahit Etemadi.
Yes, and we are excited about our special in-house guest today in the studio, and we're going to talk with you about living with purpose, understanding your responsibility to the universe. So we have a very impactful topic to talk to you about today, and as we go live all over the world, feel free to call us. If you have any questions, 323-522-5482.
Yes.
And we have in the studio with us our sports commentator, Robert Snell, and we'll have Ken to tell you a little bit more.
Yeah, we're just going to go right into it with, yes, that's the famous intro for Robert Snell with Sports Therapy. Robert.
Thanks, Kennon. And I'd just like to remind all of you to follow the show at Aim to Purpose on Twitter. That's at aimed with the number 2 purpose on Twitter. And you can follow me as well on Twitter at rsnellradio. So please throw me the follow and I'll follow you back.
Yes.
Anyways, this week in sports, I kind of want to touch on the issue of effort and both ends of how athletes trying too hard and both front offices and athletes not trying hard enough. Because the Denver Post this week reported that the Nuggets have been breaking from team huddles with the chant 1, 2, 3, 6 weeks. And that, of course, is a reference to 6 weeks being away from the end of the regular season and the season coming to a close.
That's right.
So then there's a lot of outrage. You know, these athletes are all millionaires for the most part. You know, they get paid a lot of money to essentially play a game, you know.
Yes, they do. But they do get broken up now. We do know that.
But then my take on it is, how can you fault an athlete for not trying when he doesn't even have the support of his own front office and, you know, ownership? Because when it starts from the top, and it's a trickle-down effect. And when the ownership sets the example of apathy and, you know, we're okay with tanking and losing, you know, and throwing away the season, then as an athlete, if my boss, you know, doesn't have any goals or expectations for the season, then how am I going to have any, you know, expectations and goals for the season? You know, and this goes back to the 90s. There's the infamous Nick Van Exel 1, 2, 3 Cancun, you know, chant, which actually he made as a member of the Denver Nuggets, ironically. And then he was, after season, cut from the team, and which led him to the Lakers. But, you know, like, what was wrong with Nick Van Exel's thing? He was just keeping it real, you know, like, I mean, you know, when the front office is throwing the towel, why haven't these athletes? And, you know, from shifting over from basketball to baseball, the Philadelphia Phillies set a history in spring training, which is kind of hard to do, but they became the first MLB team ever to lose to a Division II university. And, the University of Tampa Bay is ranked number 1 in Division II, but that's not even a Division I school, so they didn't even lose to a school that will make it to the College World Series. And B, what type of message does that send to the fan base, when we even had the season yet and there's already a reason for pessimism? Like, how are you supposed to get upbeat and optimistic and, buy season tickets and want to go to the games every night when your team can't even beat a Division II level college team? These guys aren't even the type of players that will make it to the minor leagues, let alone the big show.
It's like playing against the D League.
Exactly. So, on one end of the spectrum, we have, franchises like the Knicks, Phillies, the Nuggets, Lakers tanking. And then we have the other end where the franchises are going all in right now, such as in the NBA, the Cavs and Rockets, who want to win it all. And on Sunday, put that all on display for the national audience and the world to see. When on Sunday, the Rockets were able to edge the Cavaliers in a 2-point overtime thriller, 107-105.
Right.
But the big fallout from the game was midway through, I believe it was the second half, James Harden, inadvertently or advertently, you'll have to look up the clip on YouTube and be the judge, but his shoe kicked LeBron James in the region for men that we never want to be kicked in.
Right.
Wow. Yeah, that's not good.
It's not. But the reason why I'm actually going to defend him for that is because while some people look at it as cheap and dirty and just, like a mean-spirited play and just something that there's no room for in the game or in life, I look at it as someone who is giving their entire effort. If you watch the game, LeBron and James Harden were both obviously trying to make MVP statements and make their case for why they should win the award, and they took it as a personal battle. They got really chippy all game. There was hard fouls throughout. And this, for me, was just an athlete who cared, who was willing to do whatever it took to win, and then went out and did it. He got the W, and it showed. Because when you're on the ground scratching and clawing like that, I'm not going to get upset, no matter what you do. If there's profanity, if there's anything, that's just part of the game,
Right.
Well,
I mean, it's you have two elite athletes. All of them, obviously, are going after the same prestigious NBA Finals championship. And by the way, do we have an update on Russell Westbrook? He took a hard shot. I mean, he literally had a dent right here from his own teammate.
We do. So Russell Westbrook, if you don't know, he was on a streak of back-to-back-to-back triple-double efforts. And in the last of these three games, Stan, against Golden State, he was going for a rebound at the end of the game, went to the ground, and then his teammate, with his knee, collided into the side of his cheekbone and actually fractured his jaw. So then he missed the game on Sunday against the LA Lakers, which the Thunder were still able to win. And he's expected to be back this week. So it was just a minor blip on it. He's going to most likely be wearing, a mask of some fashion. But, like we've seen in the past, Kobe Bryant play through a broken nose, Richard Hamilton playing through a facial fracture.
Of course.
This isn't anything new to the sport. You throw a mask on it, you do it. And Russell Westbrook, I think he's one of the most hungry athletes in the game right now.
Oh yeah.
He has that without Durant. He has that look in his eyes where you see the killer instinct. You see almost that Mamba, Kobe Bryant like mentality where you can tell he's going to do whatever it takes to win.
Yeah, he's definitely running at 150% every single night, which has been a blessing and a curse for him at times.
Yeah, because as I mentioned, he has posted back-to-back-to-back triple-doubles, which is, for those of you who aren't basketball fans, unheard of. That's unreal. It's only been done, I want to say, one other time by Oscar Robinson.
Right.
Don't quote me exactly on that. But
we won't quote you.
But yeah,
I don't know.
in two of these three games, the Thunder have lost. So they lost to Phoenix, his first one, and then to the Warriors, the game he fractured his face in.
Right.
So that's the question. When you have a player who goes off and puts up these gaudy numbers and individualistic and demands the ball at all times, is it to the benefit of the team, or does it make his teammates disengaged? And then if you don't win, does it even matter?
Yeah. All of those questions and answers remain to be seen. But in moving forward, is there anything else, or will we wait until what's revealed next week?
Well, moving forward, baseball, is about to start. As I mentioned, spring training is approaching. The NBA playoff race is heating up, and in the NHL, they just had their trade deadline today. I know a lot of deals went down at the deadline. There's been a lot of blockbuster trades made that are still being announced as the day rolls on. And in football today, teams had the deadline to place the franchise tag on players, and so far the notable Franchise tags have been the Dallas Cowboys wide receiver Dez Bryant, the Denver Broncos wide receiver Demaryius Thomas, and the Kansas City Chiefs linebacker Lamar Houston.
All right. All right.
Wow, you got a handle on that sports therapy, huh? Very therapeutic today.
There we go. Well, thank you, Robert. As always,
Robert.
bringing us sports therapy every single week on Aim to
Yes.
Purpose, the radio show. What we're going to do
Yes.
is take our first break, and we're going to come back with our special guest.
Yeah, and we're going to talk about fashion designing because she's an icon at this. So we'll be back with our special guest, fashion designer and image consultant, Anahit Etemadi.
We'll be right back.
Hey folks, it's Ken here. If you or someone you know around the world has a small business, organization, or foundation you'd like to share with the Aim to Purpose audience, showcase it here on our segment of the show called Small Business Monday. The opportunities for people around the world to browse, buy, and use your products and services are endless. We pre-screen all businesses, organizations, and foundations for legitimacy, but because this is a free community service brought to our audience, it's at no cost to you as well. You heard it right. It's absolutely free, and you don't have to pay 1 penny. How do you like that? You just come on down to the studio and tell the story of your business, organization, or foundation and give it the praises and accolades you know it deserves. If you're in another part of the state or country, or if you're in another part of the world, you can easily call in or Skype in and do the same. So what are you waiting for? Contact the show's publicist, Shamika Brown, at www.divinebrownmedia.com. She can also be contacted at 1-818-533-8463. Or contact Louise Hicks at www.louisehicks.biz. She can also be contacted at 1-562-310-1495. Allow yourself to be seen by the global masses and allow your business to shine and grow because of the global masses. It's Small Business Monday, courtesy of Aim to Purpose, the radio show.
Hello, world, again. I'm Louise Hicks, your host of Aim to Purpose, the radio show, and we are back, and we're with our special guest, and Ken is going to introduce her, and we have a special guest with her, too, that we haven't had on the show before, and we're going to introduce her, too.
Yes. Anahit Etemadi was fortunate enough to grow up in a spiritual and artistic family and was introduced to the purposeful and infinite love of the universe. She stayed committed to this love, passion, and belief with dignity, and it dragged her all the way by herself for 13 years from Tehran to the free and lovely country United States. Finally, by utilizing her talent and education, she will expose, present, and provide to the world her nonprofit organization for kids that are not able to expose, improve, and develop to a level of excellence so that they can devote back to society unending circle. Anahit has a Bachelor of Fashion, Textile, and Jewelry Design. She has a postgraduate project management certification from Humber College in Toronto, Canada. She achieved project management professional certification and designation from Project Management Institute USA. She also received the scholarship from Holt International Business School and completed her MBA. Pasuli is the name of her little puppy and lingerie line name and means irresistible love and adorable. So with that being said, welcome our in-studio guest, fashion designer and image consultant, Anahit Etemadi.
Yes, welcome, Anahit. And I told you we had a little special treat for you today, too, because we have Pasuli with us.
Hello.
Hello. Pasuli, you're beautiful.
And there she is, on camera.
On camera, in the flesh.
And soaking it up like a sponge, too.
Yes, she is. She's beautiful.
Thank you.
So welcome, Anahit. And Miss Fashion plate herself. I had the great opportunity to meet Anahit at the Arway Awards back in December, and she was wearing one of her fashion designs, and she looked so lovely. In fact, she was on the red carpet, and I had the privilege of interviewing her, and I was asking her about this beautiful outfit that she had on. It was so gorgeous, and lo and behold, I had to have her on the show so she can share some of this fashion with you all, especially since we have a global audience worldwide. We have to share all of her her creativity.
Right. What better place to bring it?
That's
to
true.
Aim to Purpose, the radio show where it's global and worldwide and everyone is watching and listening.
Absolutely. And showcase her and Pasuli and tell you about her talents and how she came about these wonderful talents. So let's let you share this with our global audience and us.
First of all, I would like to thank you that having me here and your partners. And I would like to say hi to everybody and thanks for listening. When I was like about 3 or 4 year old, and first time I had a pen in my hand, my father said that you draw a face. I mean, a very simple, of course, abstract type. And from there, my family, they were like, oh my God, she's so talented. And when I was like 4 or 5 years old, I made a bra. I learned how to knit.
At 4 or 5?
Yeah, for 5.
Beautiful.
No, not 4 or 5. 5 or 6 should be. Because I was not going to school. I wouldn't understand that if I have a bra on me, it's not good. You know what I mean? I couldn't understand this thing. So it was definitely before school. And so I knew only how to knit circle and strap. Mm-hmm. And then I thought, what can I do with this? And I thought about a bra. And just think about it. Why I thought about the bra. I didn't think about the bag. But I mean, so anyways, I was a fashion designer and lingerie lover and designer at that time, I guess. So I knit that and I wore it on the top of my dress, and I came to the breakfast table and everybody were like rolling and laughing.
I know they were. And what did your parents say when you came there with this design, your bra, and you had it on at the breakfast table?
Yeah, very funny. So from there, every time we had a guest, they would call me from wherever I was, like playing with other kids, come draw this person's face, and she's gonna draw you exactly like you. And I was like, wow, I'm that great? I mean, I realized, my family were so nice, and they gave me this realization that I'm a talented person and I am special and I'm unique. So from there, when I was like 12-year-old, I have to say something before I say that I have a very spiritual father. Not very open-minded, and he taught us all about universe. He taught us every day morning. He taught us about spirituality. He taught about how being a better person. It's not you have to have a. You shouldn't have 2 days same. You should have every day. You have to have a different day. If you learn something every day, then your 2 days are not the same. And that's how you become a better person, by practicing it and believing it. So I am so fortunate to have such a wonderful family and have a very good father. And bringing us all this knowledge and spirituality. From there, when I was like 12-year-old, I don't know from where this inspiration came to my heart. I believe because I was open, my heart was open to universe, as I mentioned. It came to my heart that I am a special person, and I'm a talented person, and I am responsible for this talent, and I have to give this back to universe. I have to do something. I have to do something to change something, to do something positive. So it stayed in my mind always, like I had that. And fashion was my love and passion, and always. I was like saying to my sister what to wear. They were older than me, but I was the one who was, no, sit down, and so I tell you how to wear, what to wear. I was drawing, and I have drawing from that time as well.
And this is what I call DNA. You had not your bloodline DNA. This is what I call your divine natural ability DNA. And I liked how you introduced that and stated how your father, your parents, how they guided you and gave you the inspiration and told you about your uniqueness and how talented you are. And I tell everybody, like your father told you, every day you have a different mind. That's what we call a renewing of the mind. And we all have that every day.
Yeah.
We have a renewing of the mind every day. When you go to sleep at night and you wake up in the morning, you're supposed to have a renewed mind because that day is gone.
That's right.
You're you're coming into a new day.
Absolutely.
And it's a new journey every day, and you keep that going. And when you talked about the spirituality in your family and your special purpose and the responsibility, we all need that.
Yeah, right.
And your parents taught you about that early.
I want to mention something here very important. I want to say that everybody, and each of us, we have a talent, and you have a talent. You have something within you that you either know it now or you will find out. And if you ask universe that you want to know, believe me, universe will respond to you.
That's right.
And my point is this. It's true that my family bring that up for me and they introduced that to me very early age. However, if you put your mind into, you will find out. So that responsibility and that, like any of us in this planet, were for a reason here. So I want to just mention two things for you. It took me 15 years to come to USA. I wanted to come to USA from the beginning.
Right.
However, I wanted to come with dignity and pride and respect. I didn't want to come for not, for other reasons or some other, manipulation or anything like that.
You came here for a purpose.
Exactly.
Right.
I wanted to come here with purpose, exactly, and with dignity and pride.
And you did that.
All right. So it took me 15 years to do that. But I was going to say, what I was going to say is when you put that in your mind, I was going to say that if you think about universe, okay? If you go to the internet and find out about galaxies, I'm not going to galaxy.
That's right.
Galaxies in this world. Just think about the distance between here to the moon, and then the distance between two galaxies, and then the distance between the stars and the two galaxies and all that. Just think about how beautiful is this world and how amazing is this, and such an intelligence behind that. You would agree there is an intelligence behind that, for sure, even if you don't believe in God.
That's
but
right.
You name it whatever you want to name it. We name it God. You name it intelligent, you name it science, whatever you want to name it, but there is an intelligence behind that. Okay, I agree with that.
That's right.
The second thing I want to mention is this. You never know everything. We never know everything. So for this beauty and organization in this huge monster world and infinity, okay, so that for sure, if for everything there is an intelligence behind that, so definitely there is a reason, an intelligence behind your being, okay. So for that reason, you have to put yourself in the positive wave that believe in yourself, that you are special and you are having definitely a talent that you might not know it now. But that's how you will be connected to the universe, and you will feel that that reason you have to give it back to the planet, and we help each other and share.
That's right.
And you're right. And,
Yeah.
and what you said, those two things, is so profound that we understand and realize that, because it is the intelligence of the universe or God, whoever you choose or whatever you choose, and the beauty of it all. And your fashions are beautiful, and I wanted to kind of bring that into this when you said that about the stars and the moon, how beautiful. To me, that's fashion. And when I look at the clouds, I see fashion because I create things in the clouds. I don't know about other people, but I create things. I can see anything I want to see in God's beautiful universe.
Yeah.
And I can create fashions from God's universe. I do it all the time, every day. And all of that has to do with courage and confidence. And when you were talking about your parents and the spirituality and the inspiration, that is all, I believe all of us are being inspired with courage and confidence, because without those, you're not able to move and find your purpose in life. And sometimes we see the external conditioning, how some of us grow up, and the foundation is so vital in everybody's life.
When you put your heart into this, what I just mentioned, if you put your heart in open to universe and ask for its love, it will give you his love. And then because of that love, you will find your purpose in this planet. And then because of that, you will have courage, and you will never have give up in your vocabulary, like what I did. And I am so role model in my family and all my relatives. They all say, oh, look at her, look at her. How did she made it? How she went? She has no give up. She's just, icon in that.
The best gift you can give yourself is freedom. And you've given yourself that gift of freedom to blossom, to bloom, to grow. You've given yourself that. And I can see that in your spirit when I first met you. And we've talked about spirituality. Like, what does spirituality mean to you, Anahit?
Yeah, that's I already mentioned about this, that I think that we have purpose, and we have I believe in intelligence and believe in this universe. So that was,
because
that's how I believe.
Yeah, and that is all a part of our spirituality and our body, our creativity. All of that is part of that spirituality. From my personal belief, is how we evolve and get the courage, the confidence to do the things we do, because we are all born with a reason to be on this planet, but some of us just don't know how to find it. And you are an inspiration, because there are so many people that have the capability to design and be a fashion designer. And some of the outfit you have on, did you design that?
Yeah. I mean, that's for many years ago, actually.
Oh, that's okay.
I wanted to wear that because it's my design. But back to your question. Sorry, I just thought about it. How good question is that? And I want to mention something here. Every of us are looking for joy, and we're looking for happiness. So when you have the connection with the lights within you, and you have the connection with yourself, and you have the connection with your source, you become happy automatically. Okay? You cannot make yourself happy from outside.
Right.
It comes from within.
Comes from within.
Okay.
Yes, it does.
And beauty, it comes from within as well. So every other happiness are temporary. You will never feel it and taste it whenever you remember. For example, if you have ice cream, you have it at that moment. When I think about it, I don't taste it at that time. No, I don't taste it now, right? Or any other thing. But if you have the joy of love for the universe and for your source and him, which is infinity, you feel that joy anytime that you remember. And anytime in your mind, anytime you think about it, it comes to your heart, and you enjoy and you get inspired and you go forward and you rock it.
That's right.
So that's how you got to be in your life and be successful. And I hope that somebody gets some inspiration from this and
absolutely.
changes the life.
Yes,
Definitely.
absolutely. Because
There-
that's what this show Aim to Purpose is all about. We
That's
are
right.
about inspiring people universally about love, peace, harmony. And as you mentioned about happiness is temporary because we live in the moment. We don't know from moment to moment how we're going to be feeling or what we're going to be feeling because life itself is temporary.
Yeah.
We're only here for a while on the planet
Yeah.
and then we're gone. So life is temporary. So we have to live temporarily.
That's right.
So, well, a very nice point. However, I believe that life is not temporary.
Okay.
So I think we will never die. There is no death.
Let's put it that way. Our body, we are housed in a body.
Yeah, the body.
And the body
goes.
The physical self will
deteriorates.
die.
That's what I'm
Physical.
talking
But the
about.
energy lives
The
forever.
energy lives
Exactly,
forever. And that's
yeah.
what I'm talking about. So we're on the same page.
Oh, absolutely, I'm sure.
Oh yeah.
You
There-
will.
Yeah.
There's
Okay. Yeah.
there's a universal intelligence that will adhere to anything and everything that you want, I want, he wants, she wants. You put out a calling to the universe, and if you put it out enough with enough vigor and enough conviction
Desire.
and enough desire, the universe will hear your calling. It may not be tomorrow.
Right.
It may not be the next day.
Yeah.
But you put out the calling enough and you feel good about the calling. You have a certain emotion about what you have a passion for. You have a passion for fashion. Fashion for passion.
I like
And,
that.
and you have manifest that into your current state of being because that's you. That's what you love to do. We here love to do this radio show here. That's a passion. We're here for that. The universe put out a calling a year ago, and we're here now. So whatever it is that, whatever it is that you get, it doesn't matter if you have $1 million or $1 in your pocket. The universe will heed to anyone's calling, no matter how rich or how poor you may be.
Yes, it will.
That's true.
It certainly will
That's
because
true.
we are, as I said, we're housed
universe
in
is
this
a-
body and
the-
we use it while we're here. And when we expire,
Yeah.
the energy lives forever.
That's
But
right.
Exactly.
that soul, that person is gone, that
That's right.
particular body. And it's so interesting because you exude that type of energy with your passion for what you're doing in the fashion. And I just want to find out a little bit more about your business. How did
Thank
you
you.
evolve into this business? We know it started from childhood, and most of
Yeah.
us do start. We have these inclinations when we are children of
Yeah.
what we are and who we are, but sometimes we don't always go and pursue that passion, but you did.
Right. Well, actually, my diploma is science.
Okay.
Because, as many parents in Iran, my parents wanted that I become a doctor or something like that. And say, oh, your paintings are good. Because a lot of people are artistics in Iran. But they wanted me to go to science or things like that. So then after my brother, my older brother, his name is Hadi. He...
Hey, Hadi.
I miss him. Hello, Hadi. Hi, Hadi.
That's right.
So, yeah. I
So
wanna
he was
cry.
an inspiration. So he was an inspiration
Yes,
for you too.
he said, "Well, your artistic talent is so good. Your illustration is so good.
Yeah.
Why don't you go to art university? What you belongs to?" And I said, "Well, I don't know." And then I didn't study anything. I'm not kidding with you. I swear. I took it as a joke. I'm not kidding with you. I swear. I took it as a joke. and I became the 4th person in the whole country for my what do you call course, which was fashion design.
Right.
I was the 4th.
But you took it as a joke.
I took it as a joke. Everybody, from whole Iran at that time, they had only 12% accepted, and I was the 4th person. So, anyways, that was my bachelor. So about my business that you mentioned and you questioned, it, of course, it's built in my mind many years ago.
Right, absolutely.
Yeah. However,
From that
I
first
have
bra you put on, huh? Even though
so
you didn't
think
have
about it.
anything to put in it.
right. So I have done so many haute coutures, and I love haute coutures, and I'm really good at it. I mean, like, seriously, it's bad to say I'm good at something. I have done paintings. I am sure people, if they go to the internet, they will find me. My paintings. I have nothing to say about them. I would say, well, that's average. I swear. But hey, man, I challenge with fashion.
Right.
Oh, I know.
That's a
I
good
know.
thing.
You started
telling
at
you.
6.
That's a good
Remember, you
thing.
came to the table with the bra on at 6 years old.
Hopefully, I will have the chance to make happy everybody by better looking and everything else. So for me, lingerie, I love lingerie because I love lingerie. I don't know. Ask the 4-year-old girl why you love the lingerie.
And guess what? I love lingerie too. How about that?
And guys are supposed to love lingerie because they like seeing us in the lingerie.
How about that?
Yeah.
And we love wearing it. I know I do. I love lingerie.
Yeah. So we're going to have lingerie for my baby doll as well.
There you go.
Yeah, so she's the model for my lingerie line. So definitely
Awesome.
we're going to have lingerie line for baby dolls. Like,
Well, let's hold
Mommy
Pasuli up to the
doll.
There you
camera
go.
so everybody
There
can see.
she
She doesn't
is.
like. She
Good.
doesn't like that
She's
light.
camera shy, huh?
She's camera shy.
No, she
oh,
was
there she is.
She was sleeping. Mommy
Look
doll.
how beautiful.
Yes.
And
Mhm.
just think,
love you.
the lingerie line has your name.
That's right.
Yeah, Pasuli is the logo and the icon for the lingerie line.
There you
she
go.
is the model for that, and we're gonna have for dogs and cats, and also for women, of course.
Wow.
And the name of the we mentioned it many times is Pasuli.
Pasuli.
Passuly. And we have a Facebook fan. Please go and like us there because we're going to have events and we're going to have good ones and we're going to have fashion shows and I would love to give. So I would like to give goodies and gifts to in the event to everybody who with some circumstances and conditions and we want feedback from those. So that's how we want to know how high quality, are our products.
That's
so
right.
I found the best manufacturing really, and I'm very happy with them. And we're going to make it really happen in a very good quality and,
That's right.
make everyone happy. So we're going to have samples, free samples of set. I'm not talking about. And
That's going to be nice. I hope I win one.
No, it's not a winning. It's not a winning thing. It's just probably we're going to have if someone buys one, gets one free.
Yeah.
Things like
That's
that.
like winning.
It's winning.
It's going to be really something very, very, very beneficial, very valuable. Like, I want to just people try that. So it might be even just free like that. I don't know yet. I don't want to promise
That's
anything.
even better.
Because with my business partners, we have to sit down and make it, make the
course.
numbers works as
That's
well.
right. That's right.
And then it's going to be a lot of, fun fashion show party and things like that. Just go to our Facebook fan page and like us there. And also our Twitter is Pasuli. So
Okay.
And we'll give out
Follow
more
her
about
at
that. But for
Pasuli.
now, we're going to have to take a commercial break. And then we're going to be back and we're going to finish talking some more, if you want to, about the lingerie business. And we have some of her fashions that we want to show you because, I mean, you're talking about a fashion icon. This is a fashion icon. She has some beautiful sketches in fashion. And we're going to show some of that. But first, let us take a break and we'll be right back.
Yes.
This edition of Aim to Purpose, the radio show, is brought to you by L. Hicks Consulting Services. When you want the best in business coaching, life coaching, or perhaps your organization, business, or company is in need of a dynamic speaker for an upcoming workshop or seminar, contact Louise Hicks for L. Hicks Consulting Services at 1-562-310-1495. From anywhere around the world, that's 1-562-310-1495. For more information about Louise Hicks and her consulting services, visit her website at www.louisehicks.biz. Again, that's www.louisehicks.biz. Or call 1-562-310-1495. L. Hicks Consulting Services, where professionalism is top priority.
Hello, world. We are back. Thank you all for staying with us, joining us today with our special guest in the house today, the studio.
That's right.
Fashion designer and image consultant.
Extraordinaire.
Yes. Very, very beautiful designs we're going to share with you in a little bit. Miss Anahit Etemadi.
Yes.
And now what we're going to do is share some of her designs because we want you to see what this confident woman who is phenomenal really can do. And I just love her designs.
Yes, and while we go through them, you can kind of...
Yeah, just tell us a little bit about what inspired you to do these.
Yes.
So let's show the first one.
There
we go. How beautiful.
I don't remember.
That's okay. It's beautiful.
That's from many years ago. I don't know what was the occasion.
Look at it.
Probably for one of my customers.
Whatever it was her creativity that did this one, and I like that. That is beautiful.
Wow.
Creativity, just the thought of anything and everything can come to your mind and help you to just flow. Just flow. Go with the flow. So let's see another one.
The power of an idea.
Yes.
Let's see. Can we get to the next one? How are we? There we go.
Yeah.
And look at that, how chic.
Yeah, this one is from my bachelor degree when it's a jewelry design and the clothing and fashion design combined and related.
Mm-hmm.
That's
so as
beautiful.
you see, that's a necklace. She's standing in the middle of the necklace.
I see that. And look how creative.
And
like
she is wearing it too.
Yes, she
so
is.
So that is the necklace around her neck.
Yes. And that is
But
really
I'm not
beautiful.
going to explain the jewelry within it because that's my design, my darling.
Hey,
it's
all good.
Sure you
it's
don't
all
want
good.
Me to
because you're good. I mean,
That's
you're
really
just that
good
good.
design.
And look at how she displays it.
That's right.
How beautiful.
It's fashion.
Very fashionable.
It's definitely fashion. Next, what do we have here?
And look at that.
Yeah, this one of the designs that for Canadian and Italian embassy, they had a contest. And at that time, I understood that contest like 5 days before the deadline. And there, they, they wanted 5 designs. I gave them. Just don't get me arrogant, please. I hate that. But I gave them like 40 in 5 days.
Wow.
So me and a very good friend of mine, I want to thank him here. I don't have any connection with him. That just disconnected, unfortunately. Mohammed Tabrizi, I really appreciate his help. That he did the whole passepartouts, like the framing thing, and we did a very professional job, and we gave 4D design, and basically the embassy was confused what to select, so they said, well, we have to select 5, but we can't. We're going to select 7. Is that okay with you? I said, yeah, that's fine. And then they had finally have the 7. Anyways, make a long story short, it was at 1999. That's one of my awards.
This was
there.
from the
was going to go
Shahrzad
into-
Goes
Yeah.
to Milan
Yeah,
fashion show.
Shahrzad
Yes.
Goes to Milan fashion show.
Right.
Because they wanted 5 different category. This was casual. Okay, so there were fancy. They were like night dress and
Yes.
gown and different categories.
Very
So,
chic and fashionable. I like that.
Yeah, I like simple and
Yes.
classy.
Very
and,
classy,
Yeah,
elegant.
classy and elegant and fashionable. And at the
Oh,
same
yes.
time, unique thing. Unique.
Well, it came from
yeah.
a unique mind. How could it
thank
not
you
be?
so much. You're
And,
so
and
sweet.
you were a first prize winner at this particular event.
Yeah, I was just gonna say what happened was, but you ruined it. I'm just kidding.
We ruin things on this show. But they're ruined
I
for the best.
apologize.
No worries.
I apologize.
No worries.
But you can tell the story.
Yeah, because he
No,
doesn't
no
know
worries.
the story. So go
Yeah,
ahead.
you can tell the story. Go
Yeah,
ahead.
no worries. So, anyways, from like 300, 400 designers, they selected 12 designers. And then from these 12 designers, I was the one that were in the corner. Nobody thought about me. Nobody was thinking I'm going to be the first winner. And I was looking at these people and I said, well, I feel so bad for them. They're working so hard. But I am the first winner.
There
I'm
you
not
go.
kidding with you because I was not showing them the last design. I was showing them the base. You know what I mean? Because I like to surprise. I like to surprise.
Oh, yes.
You
Good
know what I mean?
surprises.
So you will be
Good
surprised in the
surprises.
fashion shows too. Just
Yeah.
get ready.
Good
So,
surprises.
yeah.
We
So
look forward
I
to
did
that.
not show everything. I showed like the fabrics and just the base. You saw that one of the designs in that
Yes.
award party. You
Yes.
just mentioned that was one of the designs.
Okay.
I wore, yeah. And then they said, "Oh, you got to bring the design, the last design this week for sure. The final, da da da." And I said, "Wow, okay." They put me 11th person. We were 12, right? They put me at the least 11th person to enter to the show. So when I showed the complete design, they said the organizer, all of them, they came to me and they said, "Well, we're gonna put you the first." Because your design was so beautiful. When I showed them, I'm just so funny. When I was showing them, they said, hold the dress in front of you and come in. They were sitting like a theater show.
Yeah.
When I was entering, I saw that their jaw is dropping, and like these are some. So what's happened? My hair is something standing, something wrong with me. Then I said, no, I believe in myself. So anyways, all the 15 judges that they judged this very elegant fashion show
Right.
in the palace, actually was in one of the palaces. All the 15 judges, Italian, Canadian, and
International judges.
yeah, Italian,
Yes.
Canadian, and Persian. They all came to the judge room and they said, well, the first winner is clear. We know who is that. And next, let's talk about the second and the third. So that was really, I was feeling so good when they came and told me this. I was so happy to hear that.
I know you were. So we have a few more.
Yeah.
We're running out of time. So
Well,
let's show the other
let's go
few
through the next
fashions.
one.
And
Oh, okay.
There we go.
there we go.
Oh, that's one of my bachelors again.
Okay, beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
We have another one.
And
We might have one or
Yeah,
two
this is
more.
again bachelor because you see the jewelry and the dress.
Yes, beautiful.
yeah, I think this is the last one here.
And we should have one more picture there with Pasuli.
Oh,
Bring up
there we
Pasuli.
go.
There we go.
There she is.
My baby doll.
Oh, that's beautiful. Just think,
Thank you.
Pasuli, you have a lingerie line named
Yeah.
after you. How
That's right.
beautiful.
Yeah,
It's
she's
signed,
a
sealed, and
princess.
delivered.
That's right.
She's just a princess. You see, she didn't even bark anything.
I know.
Yeah,
she is
right.
a princess.
She's a little puppy,
beautiful.
and she's only 6 months.
Wow, only
she's a
6
little baby
months.
puppy.
6 months.
And
There you
look how she's just so
And she
good
just
for the
dropped her
camera.
hat there.
Uh-oh.
She dropped her
Oh
hat.
no.
She dropped her hat. She had to be fashionable, mommy.
your hat.
There
Yeah.
you go.
That's your hat, Mommy.
Here's your hat. Let Mommy put your hat on,
Yes.
Pasuli, because we can't have you going around without your hat, because hats help make fashion what they are, hats. There we
Right.
go. Now we are ready for
There
the
we
camera.
She's camera ready now.
There we go. Camera ready for the hat. So we're going to pretty much wrap it up. We want to, you've had many awards and we've talked about them. We've shown your fashions. You are truly a very dynamic, amazing, phenomenal woman of fashion. And I love fashion. Love
I just
it.
want to mention about the 3 organizations that I am involved
Yeah, I was
with.
going to ask you
Absolutely.
about
Thank you.
your.
Thanks.
We know that
yeah.
you've gone to Holt International, which is a very prestigious business school, internationally known. They have campuses all over the world, and that's where you attended and got your.
MBA.
Your MBA
Yeah.
from there. Very prestigious. They rank very high up in the business world and have campuses, as I stated, all over the world. San Francisco, China, the
Boston.
UK, and Boston, Miami,
Right.
all over the place.
No, that's not. I want to mention
So, I
about
wanna
the
talk
3
about-
organizations.
Right. I want you to talk
we
about
have
your
time.
yeah, we have a few minutes left, but first
Okay.
let me ask you
Sure.
about what direction are you going now with your business, and what do you see your future for your business? We're going to get into your organization. We have about 5 minutes left.
Okay. So that I think we spoke about lingerie line, Pasoli, and we're gonna have that. And at the same time that we are gonna launch the lingerie line with the party and events, we're gonna launch a charity which is going to be launched at the same time, and that's for kids that they are talented and they are even they all kids, and to help them for their education and for their well-being. We want to help them for their self-development. We want to help them for their soul and their education, their beauty, and everything. So because I believe in beauty within and out. So it's,
Yes,
that's
inside
how-
and out.
Yeah,
and
in and
I
out.
see you have a passion for children, and you really want to see kids grow and excel
Yeah.
and be successful in life. And that's so good, because you were talking about you were going to launch a foundation, an organization, charitable organization. Have you launched that already, or do you intend to?
We are going to with the lingerie line. We're going to
Okay.
launch both together.
I
So
see.
whatever
Great.
goes to the lingerie line, it goes to to the charity.
Great.
Whatever we make here goes to there.
That's
Okay.
Directly.
great. That's
Okay.
great. And are you
Yeah.
involved into any charitable organizations now?
Well, I am involved in few, but the organization that I kind of work with them, and I would like to introduce them to you is, first of all, I am doing TM, Transcendental Meditation, for 11 years. I would say this is really one of the best tool that it could keep me in the center and focused, and that's one of my tools for success. I want everybody
Yes.
knows that. The other thing is this organization I found about recently, and they amazed me, and I love that organization. They are okay if you don't believe everything, which is amazing again. So they are Family Federation for World Peace. And that's how I believe. I believe if your family is good and you are safe and you have secured family and parents, you are going to be fine. And you're going to have the purpose for life.
Family Federation for World Peace?
Yes.
That's
That's
correct.
correct.
Because family is so important, and
Yeah,
I
that's the
know
base, that's
at
the foundation.
Our Way Awards. That's
Yes.
what Antonio Gelini,
Yeah,
who is
that's what
the
I'm gonna
founder of the
say, the second
family,
one I'm gonna
right,
talk
the
about.
Family Film
Yeah,
Awards.
yeah.
He is great about family.
Right. That's the other organization that I was going to mention.
Okay.
Is Family Film Awards and Olympia Art and Olympia 7 Arts of the World, which is Antonio Giallini is the founder, and I'm so proud of him because
Yes.
the movies that you see influence you. So you want to get you want to put yourself in a situation to influence you in a right way. You don't
Yes.
want to put yourself. You don't want to let this open. Okay, media, anyone influence me. You know,
Right.
I don't let they influence me. I don't let that happens. I do not let that happens. You know what I mean? I
Yes.
mean it.
Well,
So you
good.
gotta mean it. That
Yes,
you be
it's-
strong in front of every temptation of everything which is not going to serve you for your purpose. You gotta have your goal and keep it in your mind and just think about it. Is
That's
this
right.
gonna help me for my goal? Is this gonna keep me away from my goal?
Yes, and that is so true because it's all about your GPS system. And I call that my God power system because that's what guides my steps and keeps me with these 3 stays. Stay focused, stay disciplined, and stay away from excuses. Because that's how you really move forward in life and become successful. And Anahit, you want to give out a website that anybody
Absolutely.
can go to before we wrap it up?
Pasuli.com.
Pasuli.com
is our website. So you can go and register there and get your free, hopefully, gift. But it's going to be for the U.S. only. I
Okay.
just want to mention that because we're not having the shipping to international.
Okay,
countries.
world, you hear that? It's only for the USA for now. But
And-
who knows what could come later?
Yeah,
And
we don't know.
Pasuli is spelled once again Passuly.
Yeah, here we go.
Pasuli.com. Yes,
P-A-S-S-U-L-Y.
There we go.
Dot
.com.
A-S-S-U-L-Y.
.com. And
.com. And Facebook.
And Facebook.
Yes,
There you
because
go.
She has
Also on
5,000
Facebook.
fans.
Oh,
and
wow.
that's great. Yes, I'm one of your fans
I mean,
on
I was
Facebook.
at Expo. I swear, I was at Expo yesterday,
Yes.
and there was one Expo and one Pasuli. I took
Of course,
I
there's
took
only
her
one
there.
Pasuli.
No, I took her there, and she did never bark. Only barked once because she saw a ball. She loves balls.
She hasn't
Yes.
barked yet.
Well, we don't
No,
have
she
a
never
ball in
barks.
here. We don't have a
She's
ball
a
for you,
princess.
Pasuli, because if we had a ball, you probably would bark, but we
She's a
don't.
princess.
So, with that being said, we're gonna
Yes.
have to wrap it up.
Yes.
And Ken, you have anything to say? Otherwise, and
Yes,
Shamika Brown, our entertainment and community
She'll be back
commentator,
next
will
week.
be back next week. We
Yes.
missed her this week, but she'll be back. She'll have some good tips for you next week on what's going on.
Yes.
And we thank you, Anahit, for coming
you're
into the
welcome.
studio.
Thank you so much for having me. I really appreciate that
Absolutely.
very much.
Thank
Thanks
you.
so
welcome.
much.
And thank you,
Thanks.
Pasuli.
Thanks for listening, everybody. Thanks so much for having us.
Yes. Pasuli.
Love having you. And we're going to get out. Our time is up for this week. We thank you all for joining us. And as I always say, in closing, your power lies within you. Let it loose. And until next week.